You're inside K-Dave's community show. Your issues, your topics, your community. Now.
It's 93.5 K-Day, the 93.5 K-Day community show. Hopefully everybody's having a blessed Sunday and a prosperous week. Last week we had on my man Kareem Grimes, the actor from Bones and Boys in the Hood and Jarhead. He's out there on San Pedro between 4th and 5th every Wednesday, donating to the homeless and getting clothes and food, and it's definitely a wonderful project. We always try to bring things to the community, and this week we have my man, we decided to bring my man Andrew back. Andrew, formerly of Platinum Mortgage Company, and I say formerly of Platinum Mortgage Company because now he's made a non-lateral move and a advancement move, if I could say, to Integrity Credit Corporation. Andrew, welcome to the show, first of all.
Well, thank you very much, Trey, and thank you for always having me here. It's a pleasure to be here as usual.
And I definitely want our listeners to understand, he's formerly of Platinum Mortgage Company, in which we got a lot of phone calls about, a lot of emails about people, him helping people get into homes and making better financial decisions, as well as cleaning up their credit. Andrew, why don't you go ahead and tell me, we've talked a little bit before you got here, tell me why you made this move, and tell our listeners why you made the move to Integrity Credit Corporation.
Well, thank you, Trey. I've been, coming to you, doing this show with you for over a year now. Integrity Credit Corporation, came about because I noticed that a lot of the people who call, they don't just need help with their credit. They also need help with real estate. They need help with their loans. They also need help with insurance. So Integrity Credit Corporation, it's a company that helps consumers, direct them to the right loans if they need to buy a house. They also help them place them with the right agent that will help them buy that home, a real estate agent or a realtor. And also, we also have affiliations with big insurance companies and small insurance companies that will help you get the best adequate insurance, either for your home or for your auto. But the core of Integrity Credit Corporation is we're there to help you fix your credit for free. We don't do all the work for you. We analyze your credit and we tell you exactly what you need to do to go from point A to point B. And we are there through the whole process with you, giving you feedbacks, giving you knowledge on how to deal with the creditors without having to pay anybody to do it. We offer additional services.
Additional service, okay.
Yes, additional services, and because we believe that everything starts with your credit. If you have hundreds of thousands of dollars and you don't need to borrow money, then you can just go ahead and buy a house, or get what you need.
You don't need to worry about your FICO.
You don't need to worry about your FICO or your credit score, but generally most people need to borrow money, and to borrow money nowadays, they will scrutinize
every dollar.
They'll scrutinize your credit report. And your credit report, it's important that you know what's in your credit report. So that's what we are specialized in. I think that's the core of our business and the core of our help to the community. We want to make sure that everybody understands that your credit is very important. It doesn't matter whether your credit score is 400. It doesn't matter whether you've had a bankruptcy or whether your credit is short. You can always bounce back.
Yeah, like we were discussing, it's never too late.
It's never too late. I mean, there's a lot of people who call from the show, and when we pull their credit, their credit score is like really low, below 600 most of the time. Sometimes even below 500. But there's no shame in it, because you can always bounce back.
Okay.
Well,
we've been talking for a couple minutes. Can we give some information out for the people that's interested for Integrity Credit Corporation?
My cell phone's still the same. It hasn't changed. 949-232-9569. The toll-free number right now that I have is 888-816-6407. That's 888 816-6407.
And for the computer literate folks with the smartphones, you can go to www.icclending.com to get all this information out. To get, just get all the. Sometimes it's good to look into everything before you take that first step. But my man Andrew is 100% legit. Like I said, I've been dealing with him for a while. I've helped him go throughout the community and help him clean up people's credit. He showed me how to clean up my credit. And to be honest with you, most of the stuff you can learn on your own. But these other companies try to charge you these buku prices for no reason. Go to www.icclending.com.
Yes, I mean, we've always been, my entire goal for your listeners is to, I have 4 major goals for them. One, I want to teach them how to fix or improve their credit score and their credit report for free. We don't charge anything for that. Second, we want to show them how to buy a house with a credit score of 500 or above. You only need a score of 500 or above to qualify for an FHA loan. I'm sure a lot of people don't know that, but that's a fact. It's a government loan. It's out there. We've helped a lot of people, and I would like to educate and show people how this can be done. Also want to show them how to buy a house with 0.5% down payment. So, for example, if you're trying to buy a house that is $200,000, your down payment is $1,000. Technically, your down payment is less than, for a house, is less than what you pay to buy a car. Mm-hmm. So why not? I mean, if you're paying rent, you've been paying rent for 5 years or plus, it's important that you consider becoming a homeowner. And there's a lot of advantages of becoming a homeowner. Prices of homes are going up. When your house goes up in value, that means your asset increases. You can always get tax deductions at the end of the year by becoming a homeowner. So our goal on the core here is to help you fix your credit.
A lot of people get discouraged because they think their credit is low or maybe even too low, right?
Is that it doesn't matter how low you are today, you can always get up and move up. You can always make an effort to say, okay, I really want to fix my credit. What are the steps? What do I need to do? Once you have that, once you are at that position or that point where you're ready to do something, we can help you analyze your credit for free and tell you the steps to fix it.
A couple pieces of work that I'm going over is the 10 ways to maintain, repair, and improve your score. Number 1, pay your bills on time, especially 1 week earlier before they are due.
Yeah, it's always you when you pay your bills on time or you pay your bills early, you are going to be paying less interest. That's one thing. Creditors love people who pay their bills early. They love them because they don't have to worry about chasing them for late payment. They also, they lose money in terms of interest charges, but you always want to love somebody who's going to pay their bills early. The idea about credit is that a lot of people have misused credit in the past. There's not a class that says, okay, here's how you use credit. Yeah. You get a credit card, you go spend, and you hope that you pay it off or paid. They say pay a minimum of $15 a month. Takes you forever to pay it. But the plan is that we want to educate people on how to manage credit. And if you've mismanaged your credit in the past, we want to show you how to get back on track so that you can have that credit score that you need to get that loan.
If you're just tuning in, I have Andrew, the president of ICC Lending. And you can also find all this information on www.icclending.com. And right now, today's topic of the show is the advantages of buying real estate versus renting. And we're actually going to 10 ways to maintain, repair, and improve your credit. We just did number 1. Number 2, you have written down, and you're also working on a book.
Yeah, that's these 10 ways to maintain, repair, and improve your credit scores. They are the main core of the book that I'm writing, to educate people on how to, essentially take charge of their credit report. And take charge of your credit report that also helps you take charge of your credit score.
Exactly.
So the second point we have here is always keep your balances, your credit balance below 50%.
Yeah, that's what I'm glad you brought that up. That's number 2. Why is it so important to keep your balances below 50%?
Well, anytime your balance is above 50%, it generally will reduce your score.
Okay.
Because it shows that there's a lot of liabilities on your shoulder to the creditors. Okay. You know, if you get a credit card, for example, of $1,000, you know, most people sometimes it's easy to spend that $1,000 and go over the limit, but that's a very, very wrong thing to do in terms of how it reflects on your score. You want to try and just spend as little as possible, $300, no more than that, and then make the minimum payment every month. If you can pay it off, that's great, but you want to keep it below 50% every time your balance. If your balances are above 50%, it will reflect on your scores. Your scores will go down. You know, that's one of the reasons why I always advise people to get a secured credit card with a limit no more than $300 to $500. If you have that limit, then you're not going to be tempted to overspend or outdo yourself, especially if you know that you're not going to keep it up.
Okay.
You want to put some blocks ahead of yourself.
Put your blocks on yourself.
Yeah. Number
3 is consolidate your high interest debt or loans into a low interest loan.
Yes, you definitely want to do that. You want to, when you get credit cards or you get loans, you want to look at your interest rates and see, okay, what am I really paying? You know, because interest rates are the way that banks make their money when they lend you money. And your monthly payment might be low. You might say, okay, my monthly payment is only $20 a month. But of that $20 a month, maybe $1 is going towards your principal.
Exactly.
You might be paying $19 every month on interest only. You know, so why not take a look? Call your creditors and say, how much is my interest rate? How much of my monthly payment is going towards my principal every month? Everybody should do that. Call your creditors, your credit cards, and say, how much is interest on this monthly payment? And when they tell you, that will give you an idea of whether you need to keep that card the way it is or look for ways to consolidate and get a lower interest rate.
Number 4 is check your credit report for accuracy regularly, every 6 months at least.
Yes, this one is very, very important. And you can get a free credit report on annualcreditreport.com. Why do you want to check your score every 3 to 6 months? Your credit report, because you never know. It only takes a month for somebody to steal your identity and do something crazy on your credit report. So if you're checking every 3 to 6 months, then definitely that's going to give you that alarm, and it's going to let you know, so you don't kind of get into some mess with your credit.
Yeah, it's just good to check. It's like going to the dentist, check it up every 6 months. If you check your credit report every 6 months, it's not going to hurt your credit report.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like
just awareness.
Yeah, it's awareness. It's almost like doing an oil change every 3,000 miles. Yeah. If you drive your car and you don't check it out for 10,000 miles, your car is going to have problems. Yeah,
it's definitely going to be having problems. We're on number 5 of 10 ways to maintain, repair, and improve your credit score. Once again, you can get all this information on www.icclending.com. Number 5, call your creditor before you miss a payment to arrange for alternatives.
Yes, that is a very, very strong point. When we are hard and times are hard, you don't have any money to make payments, what do? We just ignore the creditors. That's what most people do. Creditors, collections start calling you, you just ignore them. That's a very, very wrong idea. You want to always call them ahead of time. Call them 10 days before it's due. I can't make the payment. Something happened. I don't have the money. Instead of $100, I only have $20. I don't want you to report a late on my credit. Because believe me, creditors are humans just like you are. They appreciate you calling them ahead of time. They will make arrangements with you rather than you just being ignorant and say, well, I don't care. they can put a late on my credit. You can save yourself from all of this headache by calling ahead of time. So I always advise call 10 days before. You obviously know.
You know when you're going to have money or not.
You know when you're going to have money or not.
Yeah.
So, do yourself a favor, call instead of waiting for them to call you and bug you. They call you at your job, they call you at home, call you at odd hours. You're getting calls from outside the country, from India and everything. Call them ahead.
Yeah, you're right.
And make plans.
Number 6, something I had to learn. Settle and set up a payment plan or pay off your collections and charge-off accounts.
Well, I think you have a perfect example for this number 6 because you just did the same thing.
Yeah, Andrew was telling me just call them. And like many others, I've ignored calls for years. And then I finally started taking the calls, and as of today, I get no calls.
No calls. Yeah. You went from them calling you all the time.
I get no calls.
And actually, you are the one now calling them all the time.
Calling them and checking on them. And we were just speaking to a gentleman before the show. I know it's early. We always trying to talk some kind of business. But if you have 6 creditors, and let's say you go to the credit bureau and you challenge all 6, 2 of them probably gonna come off because they probably won't contact back. So that leaves you with 4 creditors. 2 of them you're gonna get stuck with a high bill or whatever you really originally owed, and the other 2 are gonna negotiate with you. So you start off from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
You start off paying off the negotiations, and then you start off I take care of the negotiations. It makes you want to take care of the lump sum ones because of the fact you see your credit score jumping up.
Yeah.
So then I took care of the lump sum ones, and believe me, it didn't happen in 2 to 3 weeks. It took me some months, but it's to the point now to where I have no creditors except for student loans.
Yeah.
Student loans is not really a credit. It is. But it's not. Everybody has some kind of school loans or whatnot.
So, but what you're saying essentially is all the collections that was on your credit when we pulled it.
Yeah, I have no collections.
All of them are gone
and I started with 15. I have none.
You started
0.
with 15, and quite frankly, you settled on a lot of them. There were some of them that you were owing about $3,000.
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, pay us $600, and we'll put it at zero balance."
They will work with you.
Yeah, they will work with you. I think a lot of people get confused and they get scared. These are humans on the other line that you're calling. Call them and say, "See, I owe you $3,000. Will you be willing to take $1,000 and settle and put it at zero balance?" That is better than just ignoring them and say, "Well, I'll wait till I have $3,000. You don't have to wait.
No, just work out some kind of plan. And most of the creditors, they'll actually take it off your credit as long as you're making payments.
Yes.
But let's jump to the next one because we got so much information.
Okay.
Number 7, open new credit accounts, especially installments and revolving accounts.
Yes. We've talked on the show several times about secured credit cards. Opening new accounts, it's almost like planting new seeds on your credit reports. The safest, again, I repeat, the safest way to build your credit is to get secured credit cards. Secured credit cards are awesome because, one, it doesn't matter how terrible your credit report is, you're always going to get approved. It doesn't matter how much you owe, you're always going to get approved because it's your money. It's not a prepaid card. Prepaid cards don't report to your credit report. Secured credit cards do. So you always want to get secured credit cards, going on your accounts.
Number 8, add traditional credit accounts to your credit report.
Well, yes. Traditional credit. Now, this is something that we have never mentioned on the show.
Okay, I was going to say that. I've never heard this one.
Yeah. Traditional credit accounts are your light bill, your gas bill, your cell phone, your insurance. This is the trick. You call them, if you have been with them for at least a year, you call them and say, "I want you to report a payment history to the creditors." And most of them will work with you. They will report it to the creditors.
That's new. Yeah.
And that will bump up your score by as much as 80 points.
That's something we all learning something today on this Sunday morning.
Yes, that one is actually huge because I know a lot of people who have done it, and it works. So if you say, well, I don't have any credit accounts, add your secured accounts
Okay.
to your credit report.
Number 9, when possible, pay off debts rather than financing them into their to other debts.
Yes, because if you move debts from one creditor to another, either way you're still paying money. You know, it still takes time for things to go from one credit account into another. You know, the most difficult thing I think as humans is to pay back your debts. I don't care who you are. Most people, it's very hard to say, okay, well, I want to go ahead and pay this off. You know, unless you're disciplined and you're cultured like that, it doesn't really happen that way. So, but it's also is the best thing to do. If before you borrow money, plan and be willing to pay it back.
Have a plan or a goal set as far as what you want to get into.
What you want to get into, and have that you know, motive to say, you know what, I'm really going to pay this back. Because when you have $1,000 and you owe $1,500, you're thinking, you know what, I don't want to put all my money into it.
Exactly.
But you absolutely should do that, because if you do it now, you're going to get rid of that debt and you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Number 10. And once again, we have Andrew, the president of ICC Lending. All this information can be found on www.icclending.com. And right now we're going over the 10 ways to maintain, repair, and improve your score. And the topic of the show is the advantages of buying real estate versus renting. One of the keys in order to go from being a renter to a real estate is taking care of your credit. So that's what we're going over. Number 10. Keep older accounts open even if the balance is zero.
Yes, you definitely do not. You know, a lot of people close their accounts too early. You might have a credit card that you've had for 3 years, and maybe they charge you some fees that you don't like, and you get mad and say, you know what, I'm going to close it. You know, that's a wrong idea if you want your credit score to improve. You can dispute or pay down or whatever you need to do, but keep the account open. Anytime you have an account that is 12 months or older, they help your score, because it shows other creditors that you have had a history with a creditor. So you definitely want to keep the account open. Even if it's zero balance, keep the account open. You know, don't close it, because if you close it, then it doesn't report positive on your credit anymore. Now, a lot of things that I've seen after reviewing thousands of credit reports, I noticed some people, when they have a dispute or they have a late on a credit, they pay it off and then they close it. Well, that's also not going to help you. So anytime, whether you've had a late, as long as it's current and there's a zero balance, or the balance is lower than 50%, keep it open, because those accounts are going to help your credit score go up.
We've been going over a lot of information as far as, because we've been getting calls and emails as far as who and how can we help maintain, repair, or improve credit scores. So that's why we decided to go ahead today and spend the majority of the show. And this is what ICC Lending specializes in. Integrity. I apologize. I said ICC. Like I didn't got too friendly with them. It's Integrity Credit Corporation specializes in helping with credit improvement, helping with credit repair. It's not a company that charges to help rebuild your credit, or they just show you how. They lay out a format. They give you a goal. You follow the goals, and there's something that they want you to become a homeowner instead of a renter. And a lot of people say, well, what's the catch? Well, the catch is after you get your credit up, they want you to come back maybe and say, hey, help me buy a home.
Yes.
So
well, yeah. That's
one. I mean, it's not a catch, but it's like, hey, you help me build my credit. Now we'll show you how to get a home as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a victim of bad credit in the past. You know, I just like yourself, my credit was in the 400s some time ago. You know, now it's in the high 600s. And, you know, I suffered a lot of, you know, denial in terms of, you know, applying for credit, and I didn't get any approvals for a long time. You know, I had to pay high interest rates because my credits were really bad. So I had to learn how to do it, and I had to learn how to fix it myself. So these are all the ways I went through all of this, you know. So I'm not just come in here and try to say things that don't exist.
No, he's definitely not doing that.
No. So I'm trying to do this for free. I'm not one of those credit repair companies. We don't charge any monies. You're going to have to pay to obtain your FICO scores. If you want to get a free copy of your credit report, you can always do that on annualcreditreport.com. There's no charge for that. But if you want to get your credit scores, it's $17 for an individual and $25 for a married couple. It's as simple as that. What we do at Integrity Credit Corporation, we help you analyze your credit report and tell you exactly what you need to do to improve your score. And tell you exactly what you do to either, settle some accounts or take care of what's in there that's stopping you from becoming a homeowner. So, and why do we do this for free? Simple. Because, like you said, if you decide, you can choose to use us, use my services to help you get a mortgage loan or help you buy a house. And why should you choose us? Well, I'm a licensed California broker. My DRE license is 017-87869. 017-87869. My mortgage loan originator number is 204365. 204365.
And most of the people that you help with their credit, because not everybody the people that you help with your credit, it's going to take some time anyway.
Yes.
Therefore, you build a relationship with them anyway.
Yes, it's not
nothing easy. This is a man that you'll be talking to probably more than your family that doesn't live with you.
Fixing your credit is not. It's not.
It's like you'll be calling him or emailing him all the time, so you'll develop a relationship with him somehow, some way.
Yeah, and because of what's happened in the last 4 or 5 years with the economy, a lot of people, I can tell you this, more than 70% of the people in the country have bad credit. When you talk about bad credit, we're talking about people with credit scores below 640. A lot of people have issues with their credit. A lot of people have late payments, foreclosures, short sales, bankruptcies. It's all over the place. So
nobody. I hear I do the commercials here. I hear all the credit card commercials. I hear all the car loans. I hear all the commercials. I put them in every day, and they're starting to say on the commercials, nobody has good credit anymore.
Well, yeah, there's maybe like 15-20% of the people in the country that have credit scores above 640. Yeah. A lot of people have issues with their credit. Now, why pay somebody $1,000 plus, to go fix it when we can show you how you can take charge and take initiative to do it yourself?
You can use that $1,000 to pay off some of those.
You can use that $1,000 to settle some of those debts. I advised you on your credit. You didn't have to write any letters.
I didn't write any letters.
You didn't write any letters.
I just made phone calls.
I
did a couple emails, but the emails were more of a negotiation.
Yes.
They were saying, well, email us, because anytime you give somebody a lump sum of money, you want them to say, well, we'll take it off or put it as paid as something that Andrew's taught me. So that's something. So it's a couple emails, but they were like the final stages where you say, like, I'll give you $1,000. Can you remove it from my credit history?
Exactly.
And they'll say agreed as a pawn or whatnot.
So it's if you're listening out there, you have issues with your credit. You're thinking that nobody's going to talk to me, nobody's going to help me. That's not true. You can call me. My cell phone number is 949-232-9569. My toll-free number is 888-816-6407. My name is Andrew Ojeisekhoba. The name of my company is Integrity Credit Corporation. Again, we're doing this for free. It's not a credit. We're not a credit repair company. They just show you how to just show you how to do it. I'm a mortgage broker and a real estate broker, and I just show you how to fix your credit for free. Hopefully, when you are ready to buy a house or you're ready to, get a loan, a refinance or a purchase loan, you can call me and we can help you obtain that loan as well.
Yeah, Integrity Credit Corporation specializes in loans, real estate. They also do insurance, but most importantly, they focus on credit management. The credit management is not something they charge for. It's something that they go out in the community and help others just try to become more financially aware, financially stable, financially proactive.
Yes.
As far as just making better decisions. I don't know why this man does it, but he's helped me with mine as well. So I can't give you an answer on that. And I know a lot of people say, well, why? Well, I'm telling you, if I'm a victim of our Integrity Credit Corporation, and he's helped me exactly what I needed to do.
Well,
so.
in a good way.
Yeah, if I'm being a victim, I'm being victimized in a great way.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I had about 15 creditors. I have absolutely zero except for school loans, and I'm not counting that one because that's something that everybody has and everybody recognizes. As long as you have some kind of deferment or making some kind of payment plans on that, it's easy to get out of the school loan debt. But
now you're in the market to buy a house.
I mean, I actually have received my pre-approval letter.
Yeah, and you're in the market to buy a house.
If anybody out there and got come on, call me. I need a house. If you got some houses for sale, let me know. But anyway, on a more serious note, I got my pre-approval letter. It's something I never thought I'd reach this plateau in my life. And just working with Andrew in the community, I just started believing everything that he was saying, and it actually started working. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys are big sports fans, the coach give you the game plan, you'd be like, coach, we can't go down low the whole game or whatever, and eventually throughout the season you start seeing you can go down low. So it's something that I've learned in the process. That's why I don't have a problem of bringing this man back as far as on the community show and getting his message out, because he's helped me, and I've seen it just in person.
Yes.
So something like that's what we try to do is on the K-Day Community Show, is get whatever we experience, try to bring it to you guys as our listeners. So give this man a call, be proactive with the situation, and let's clean up your credit so we can get you guys to own homes instead of in those little apartments.
Absolutely. And my toll-free number again is 888-816-6407. My cell phone number is 949-232-9569.
And you can find all this information out on www.icclending.com. If you have any questions, you can call me here at the station. My name is Trevon Smith. Most people call me Trey. You can ask for Trey for the community show. You can email me at kdaycommunity@gmail.com. Other than that, have a good Sunday. And we want to say everybody have a great week. Be inspired. Small goals turn to little goals. And let's get more financially aware so we can make better financial decisions for ourselves and our children.
Well, thank you very much, Trey. It's been a pleasure being on the show again. You can never stop dreaming. Building your credit is an example. It doesn't matter whether you're in 400 FICO. Just know that it's possible to get up to. It's absolutely possible to get up to 700. It doesn't matter whether you had a foreclosure, a short sale. It doesn't matter.
This man,
you can start somewhere. It might take you 2 years. It might take you 2 months, whatever. But don't stop dreaming.
Yeah, dreams come true. And like I said, I'm not afraid to share my true life. We're going to get on out of here. But I had a 480, 490, and now I'm knocking on 640. So things do happen, man. Just believe in it. And if you guys need any help, you guys need to talk to me or anything. Or once again, the information is www.icclending.com. We'll see you guys next Sunday.
Thank you for listening to K-Day's Community Show, where it's your issues, your topics, and your community. For questions or more info on this or any of our other shows, please email us, kdaycommunity@gmail.com. 93.5 K-Day.